Everyone present here. I welcome all of you to my presentation, The Science of the Effluent Treatment or the Cleaning the Unseen. Today I am going to discuss about two of the methods involved in the treatment of wastewater, that is the trickling filter method and the activated sludge method. The first basic question that arises is, why do we need to treat wastewater at all? There is this important term named called effluent. So what is effluent? The liquid waste or the sewage discharged from households, industries, laboratories are usually termed as effluent. Now this effluent needs to be removed, or this wastewater needs to be treated in order to free them from the effluents, in order to reduce the organic load, remove the pathogenic content, and to make the water environmentally safe, such that after the treatment that water can be used by any other purposes. The stages of treatment usually involves the three stages: the primary treatment, the secondary treatment, and the tertiary treatment. The primary treatment involves the physical removal of the solid effluents, whereas the secondary treatment is the biological oxidation by the microbes. And tertiary treatment involves the advanced polishing, that is the nutrient and the pathogen removal. Now, this presentation and my entire discussion will focus on the secondary stage, because being a microbiologist, I would always look forward to portray my microbes as the heroes. And in the secondary stage of wastewater treatment, microbes are the real heroes and they play the most important role. Microbes at work, that is, it functions the heart of the biological treatment. The principle of the biological treatment of the wastewater involves this basic principle, that is, the microorganisms metabolize the organic pollutants to produce carbon dioxide, water, and new microbial biomass, maybe the beneficial microbial biomass. The microbes usually grow in two types, that is the attached growth systems or suspended growth systems. Attached growth systems, as we all know, they form one layer on the other, thereby leading to the formation of a biofilm, which this procedure is usually observed in the trickling filter method. Whereas suspended growth systems, that is the microbes remain free floating, that is in the planktonic condition. This is usually observed in the active sludge process method. The key parameters or the key terms involved in wastewater treatment by the microbes are the BOD, the biochemical or the biological oxygen demand, that is the amount of oxygen required by the microbes to perform the oxidation of the organic pollutants, or the COD, chemical oxygen demand, that is the total oxidizable matter present in the form of effluents in the wastewater, and MLSS, the mixed liquor suspended solids, that is the concentration of the biomass present in the wastewater. Now moving on, the first one is the trickling filter technology, that is the old school method or the conventional method. It is one of the earliest biological treatment methods. In this method, wastewater is trickled over a bed of media where microorganisms form a slimy biofilm. The major components or the parts involved in these old school conventional methods are the filter bed, the distributor, the underdrain system, and the secondary clarifier. The filter bed are usually crushed stones or plastic media supporting the microbial growth. That is, this filter bed will help in the attachment of the microbes. Distributor, rotating arm sprays wastewater evenly. That is, it helps in the even distribution of the wastewater over the surface of the filter bed. The underdrain system, it collects the treated water, and the secondary clarifier settles out the slurred biofilm solids. Moving on, that is what happens inside the filter, the symphony of the microbes inside. That is the symphony of the microbes forming the biofilms. Wastewater is distributed over the filter bed. A biofilm of bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoa grows on the media surface. As water trickles down, organics are oxidized by the microbes. The biofilm thickens, old layers detached, and is washed out of the clarifier. Clarified effluent exits with reduced BOD. BOD decreases, it significantly implies that there is a reduction in the organic matter inside the water. The key microbes usually involved in this our trickling filter methodology are the Zuglia ramigera, Pseudomonas, Sparotilus, and Achromobacter. As we all know, all biological methods have pros and cons, and this trickling filter methodology, or our trickling titan, is no exception. So trickling titan has strengths and struggles. The advantages are it has a simple design, low operational cost, stable under variable loading, minimal energy requirement, and good for small and medium installations. But limitations: clogging of media by the sludge, odor and fly invasions, limited efficiency for high strength industrial wastes. And usually this trickling filter methodology is followed for municipal waste water treatment. Like, it is usually used for the small scale wastewater treatment, not on an industrial or on a commercial scale. Next, we come to the modern technique, or the modern marvel, the activated sludge process, or the ASP. It was invented in 1914. It's a suspended growth aerobic process. It functions on the basic principle: air is supplied to a mixture of wastewater and microorganisms, forming activated sludge which oxidizes the organic matter. The three important components of ASP are the aeration tank, secondary clarifier, and the return activated sludge. Aeration tank helps in the mixing and the oxygenation. Secondary clarifier helps in the separation of sludge and treated water. And the return activated sludge helps to recycle the part of the sludge in order to maintain the biomass. Now the question is how the living reactor, or how our activated sludge process works. First method is aeration. Wastewater and microbial suspensions are continuously aerated. Biological oxidations: microbes utilize the organics and grow as flocks. Sedimentation: flocks settle in the clarifier, clear the effluent overflows. Sludge recycling: part of sludge return to the aeration tank and the rest is wasted. The microbial community which helps in the ASP are again the zooglia, nocardia, pseudomonas, protozoa, and rotifers. Again, the perks and the pitfalls of ASP are that: first, I will say the advantages. That is, it has high removal efficiency, it can handle high organic load, it has compact footprint, and it's an easy process control. And the cons are high energy requirement, excess sludge generation, and sensitive to toxic shocks and temperature. So the activated sludge process can be utilized for commercial and industrial scale, and our the trickling filter methodology is usually used for large scale, is usually used for the small scale or the municipal municipal level scales. With this, I end my presentation. Over the time, I gave a brief overview and differences about the trickling filter methodology and the activated sludge process. I hope it was clear. Thank you for your attention and time. Thank you so much.